If you like the wrong tweet, you might get your ass beat. Case in point, what's being done to Dr. Mark Tykocinski. He's the one there on the left. The president of Thomas Jefferson University in war-torn Philadelphia, a city known for cheesesteaks and getting shot while ordering cheesesteaks. Oh, I thought that would get a better laugh.
I liked it.
They just mildly chuckled at the shooting. He was publicly rebuked for liking tweets critical of COVID vaccines, child sex changes, and college diversity offices. And so the Philly Inquirer became the Inquisition, ginning up the scandal after anonymous university employees tattled on the guy. I still remember when people like that were called snitches, and people like Cat gave them stitches.
Damn right.
Yeah. And so the paper really did some hardcore investigative work. It took a deep dive into all of his past Twitter likes. Mind you, they're doing this in Philly, a city that recorded 2 years in a row with 500 homicides apiece. So as the bodies pile up, this is the story they choose to pursue. Tweets. They must really be okay with getting murdered. Well, I mean, they support the Phillies. And I don't even know anything about baseball. Said one nameless fool, some of the views he endorses call into question the university's commitment to diversity and inclusion and would be hurtful to trans-identifying students. Oh, man. And students of color. Translation, he doesn't like it when we don't cut off kids' wieners. So it all goes back to wokeness, or as it's more commonly known, head up your ass syndrome. Now the dude's defending himself from the mob, saying he liked the tweets to bookmark them for later. You know, next thing you know, he's going to tell us he only reads Playboy for the articles. But it's about time universities stop pretending to care about free speech. I mean, imagine if they decided to investigate my liked tweets. What could they conclude? I mean, here's one. Here's another. Then there's this one. I mean, I guess you could tell I'm really into fitness. You know, Brooke,
Hi.
these people that are narking are work at the university. They're university employees. And they are going after some guy for basically liking a tweet.
Yeah.
What is going on with this? Is this a problem with all human beings now? Is that they're just a bunch of
And
pardon my language.
You know, Greg, we have been talking about this, me and you. What I love about you so much is that you are such a champion of free speech.
Oh,
and you know, like I do, that the only thing more dangerous than hate speech is political correctness, because political correctness equals the death of free speech. And I wrote my first book about this. You had me on when I wrote it. And at that time, people were coming after me. They were coming after people on Fox News who were talking about Islamist terrorism, theologically motivated terrorism. They were calling us Islamophobic. They were trying to shut us down. They were filing lawsuits against us. Fast forward, we are in the bizarro world where you cannot even say a boy is a boy and a girl is a girl, and that is getting you canceled. That is the natural progression of what happens with political correctness, and it is the greatest danger. And I want to say one more thing. He was trying to raise awareness also about the diversity and equity inclusion issues happening on campuses across the United States that are mostly funded by foreign countries like Qatar and like Saudi Arabia. This is the greatest national security threat that is posed to this country right now.
Put that on a T-shirt. Terrence, what did you make of the employee's concerns over his tweets about who he was possibly harming?
These are the same people who counseled a black woman for being on a syrup bottle.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised. These are idiots. And then this man was liking, he had liked a tweet that was against kids getting sex changes. And I mean, and you know what? That kind of triggered me. Can I vent a little bit?
Yeah.
You know, because they were mad he liked this stuff that was against, you know, transitioning. When I was growing up, and I didn't have anybody to advocate for me, I always felt like I was a tall black man trapped in a fun-sized body. Always. And I wanted to get surgery, become taller. The doctors wouldn't even touch my knees. Just all I ever wanted to be was taller because I felt like that inside.
Yes.
But I couldn't get surgery on my knees. But these kids are. But then I would have been allowed to get my candy bar cut off. I don't get it. It's stupid, you know.
Yeah. Should he have had to explain himself? That's kind of sad.
I think we just have so many conversations about people like him, and then not enough conversations about who are the people who are going through someone else's liked tweets from forever ago. Sitting there, what is your life like?
Right.
That what you're gonna do with your spare time is go to someone else's profile, click the like area, and then just scroll down and look at all of these things. I mean, just because you do that, you bring this person down, that doesn't suddenly make you a college president, right?
Yeah.
It's pathetic. I think maybe people like that haven't reached the level of success that they've wanted to in their life, because there's no reason. I mean, I have never in my life gone through someone's likes, except for that one time when I wanted to figure out when my ex started banging that other girl.
Yes. But that's totally normal. Yeah, it's totally fair. But you're right. Like, imagine trying to tell your parents what you do as your job, and it's like you basically are a hall monitor, a social media hall monitor.
But this is a purge.
Yes. Yeah.
They're intentionally going after people at institutions, you know, in levels of authority and positions, and taking them down because they're not buying this woke ideology. I mean, this gentleman is a molecular immunologist. That sounds quite intelligent.
Yes.
And they're trying to silence him for speaking the truth.
Yes.
I was just going to point out, this stuff doesn't happen at the community college I attended.
Right.
The dean's not even on Twitter. He's on MySpace right now.
No, he's actually on Grindr.
That's what his jacket is. It's actually the background I had on MySpace. That's what I'm wearing here right now. What's happening at universities is they're being plagued by, it's like conformity cops, where they're just pistol-whipping people into complying with that conformist progressive mindset. But the difference with conformity cops and real cops is the song goes, bad thems, what you gonna do, instead of bad boys, you know?
Yeah.
But here's the problem. Keep up with the group, you guys. Keep up with the group. Keep up. Here's the thing.
Oh, a little applause.
I know, well, it took a minute, though. It took a minute. That was a time-release joke. But here's the thing. What the problem is, what they're silencing oftentimes is accurate. One of the things he took heat from was liking tweets that said the vaccine didn't stop transmission.
Right.
And the vaccine didn't stop transmission.
Right.
But we spent more energy going after the guy who called that out than the people who sold us the vaccine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And think about what they did. They changed the sale. It went from you can't get COVID to, oh, well, you'll get COVID, but it'll be better. Do you remember that?
Right, of course.
And everyone who got COVID was like, oh, I got COVID, but thank God I got the vaccine.
Now I'm getting a booster.
Yeah, which is like me saying, oh, my wife's pregnant, but thank God we used a condom. You know what I mean?
But I want to say one thing so important, because there really is a very easy solution to this. It's everybody who is watching now, everybody in the audience, go to his Twitter, retweet it, and say, I support you. You're speaking the truth. Do not let him get canceled.
There you go.
Use our free speech to support him.
Aren't you a little renegade?
Rookie.
You've been an activist since you were born.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.